Greetings. Today is March 12th, 2025, and I have today's reading for the collective. And as always, whatever applies, you know what to do, put forth that effort. And whatever doesn't apply, blame it on the boogie. The first card that we have for today, the Seven of Wands in reverse. Next, we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. Third card we have is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. What's going on, y'all? Because of what lies beneath the bottom of the deck, the Tower is upright. Let's start with the Seven of Wands in reverse. So a lot of y'all are experiencing complications, difficulties. Your will is being tested. Your will to fight, your will to continue and to fight through certain barriers and obstacles and obligations. You kind of feel defeated at this time. And is really putting you in the space of this Nine of Cups in reverse. Feeling disappointed and frustrated. Feeling as if a lot of your efforts, you haven't even came close to your goal as of yet. A lot of you guys are feeling crestfallen in the heart space. The feeling of learned helplessness. Like, no matter how hard I try to do something or work on something, I'm always put back here. Once again, the verbal curses that you place onto yourself. The faulty beliefs in your headspace that leads you into manifesting certain things that are unrealistic. And it becomes reality for you because you are manifesting it in the space of feeling as if nothing is going to happen, nothing's going to work based on past events that happened, that where certain plans you've created fell short, and now you feel like it's going to happen again, and so you're harboring on that thought. You're going back into your heart space as well and saying to yourself, damn, this isn't for me, and so it doesn't become for you. Then with this Knight of Pentacles in reverse, it puts you in a state of complacency. You're stagnant. You don't want to move. You don't want to try. You kind of lost your fire as far as making that money, putting that money in the right buckets, in the right spaces. A lot of you guys are suffering from that routine mentality. And perhaps it's time for y'all to change your routine up a little bit, because what I've noticed over the past couple of days is burnout. The feeling of feeling burned out. Like you put in a lot of energy into something and you still feel like you're running a hamster wheel. You're in one complacent, stagnant space, but just running really fast. Which leads into the card in the bottom of the deck with this Tower upright. This is most likely tying into certain changes that are happening currently. Some kind of a trauma, some kind of a tragedy, something that's collapsing, some form of a life-altering, even a life-altering experience, perhaps someone passing away in your life all of a sudden. And because of that, it puts you in a really dark space and not wanting to try because you're in that hurt mode at this time. And it's completely normal to feel this way when you lose someone that is close to you. Doesn't matter if they're a friend or a family member. It's someone that's close to you. Maybe it's a loss of that relationship, a loss of that connection, a loss of that tie. Perhaps it could be a situation where your job all of a sudden has lifted itself away from you and terminated you for something that's mundane or something that is outside of your personal control. Maybe they're downsizing. So you're going through this real life event, this real life change, and it's affecting every fabric of yourself when it comes to your will. With this Seven of Wands, it could affect your will. It could affect how you feel, the happiness, the joy that you've always maintained for a while up until now with this Knight of Cups being reversed. Now you're feeling uncomfortable, and also you feel like a lot of your energy, what's the point? I'm not gonna, so it's making you be in a space of complacency and not wanting to try. Depression is real, and I empathize with you guys of what you're going through at this time. But I want you to understand something. These obstacles are placed on your way is not to trip you up. It is to push you in a new level in life. And I know that we've all experienced close calls to where we might have lost a position or lost some kind of a business proposition or even losing a family member and it just took you off your square. Think of those moments in life where similar situations happen and how you was able to come out on top, how you were able to keep going, how you released all that anger and that pain and you got into a healing space and things started to work out once again. This is just a part of that wave of shedding sometimes. Whatever you wanted to hold on to that means a lot to you. Sometimes certain loss, certain disconnections from jobs and everything else, it pushes you for your highest and greatest good. And even though you may lose a family member or a friend or a spouse at this time, I do give my condolences. Just keep in mind now you have a guardian angel watching over you. You have an ancestor now that will be making sure that they cleared the roads for you, what's going forward for you. Look at the cup half full opposed to half empty at this time. And I'm also aware that we are undergoing a certain type of a shift. So there's going to be certain life changes that will happen that will shock the hell out of you. But you got this. You got to keep going. And no one is saying that you should suppress your feelings or how you deal with things, but don't let it be so destructive to where you will have to start all the way over, becoming the full card all over again. Being in this space of, okay, now I really have to grind to get out of this hole. And you don't have to. There's more to come. You could release that pain. You could release that hurt. You could release that anger and that disappointment. You are allowed to do that. But don't allow it to keep you stuck. You got this.